we have Australia's largest range of tyre brands and sizes. Find a cheaper identical tyre locally stocked and we'll beat it. At Bob Jane T-Marts, we'll look after you.
Round 6 action in the NPL sees South Melbourne travelling to ABD Stadium to take on Hume City. A big opportunity here for South today, potentially, John, a 6-point game given the quality of opposition.
Certainly going to be a very tough day here today, David. Hume are a very formidable opposition, but South do have a good record against them. They've won the last 4 against them, and South do need to get back to winning ways very quickly after that shocking 6-3 defeat against Richmond last week. So let's see how we go today. A big change to the lineup too, John. Bradley Norton wearing the captain's armband. Mike Leaguer, the skipper, taking a rest. In comes Christian Constantinides. Epifano's corner. Floats that one towards the penalty spot, and Schroen rises up, found space for the header. He was in a pack there, couldn't get that one on target. Good early signs for South. Charging at that one, but it's going to come back down the wing. Fashini cut off as well. Now Kofi Danning. He's got Epifano to get round Danning. He's got an option. Walker. Ball crossed in, looking for Mark Ellis at the far post. Mark Ellis puts that one over the bar, gets it all wrong. Sean Timmins, former South left back, getting his chance in Hume colours now. Hegarty, ball through, Marcellus, he's got space, flag stays down, Marcellus one-on-one, beautiful tackle by Timmy Millar. Marcellus was through and had a great chance to score there. Well, that's a match-saving tackle there by Tim Millar. Marcellus through there, great ball from Hegarty. As Marcellus is shaping to shoot, Millar comes in with a great tackle and concedes a corner for the South side.
Gunnovic decides to distribute long. That one goes right through everybody. It might sit for Matthew Theodore. He's been brought down. Yes, Ramatas Sanjoglu. He's going to get a yellow card for that one. Matthew Theodore potentially through on goal. Well, the foul stopping the goal-scoring opportunity and the yellow card, the decision. Fano's corner goes over Millar. Millar, in fact, making connection in the end. Schroen keeps it alive. Opportunity for Theodore. Puts that shot into the deck. Bounces up and into the arms of Oldfield, who launches a counter-attack. Matt Millar. Good chase. Matt Millar, that's a disappointing ball. Ramatas Sanjoglu launches a counter-attack from the back. Well, that's a poor pass from Rama. Fashini. Matt Fashini goes from downtown and would have taken an excellent strike from there. Worth a chance, but not on target that time. Ball played back upfield by Pavlak. Chopped off by KK. Big South centre back. Would love to have a chance in this starting lineup. Speaking of dangerous, here comes Epifano. Epifano, Schroen. Now Matthew Theodore. Theodore, great chance, Lujic! And Milos Lujic. Well, I can assume maybe he lost that one in the lights or something, John. We usually come to expect a lot better from the big man. That free kick played in, headed clear. It'll come straight back to Hegarty. Hegarty now, chance on the left foot. Did well to get into space, but a shot well wide in the end. Short throw. Edge of the box. And Hegarty assessing, waiting. Still Hegarty, good man to have it. Ball played in, opportunity not dealt with. Pavlak! Oh, Pavlak very nearly beat Raganovic. It was a good save in the end, just tipping it over the bar.
Well, I thought South had done just enough to clear the initial danger. Raganovic coming out there, caught off his line. Pavlak with a nice chip over him, but South's goalkeeper scrambling back does very well to tip that over for a corner.
Chance on the left-hand side. Long ball in the end. Danger maybe. Marcellus goes across field. Here's Danning. He's got a lot of space. Brad Norton stretch. Danning plays it inside and Marcellus again. Hume City really need to do something here. They've had dominance in the last 10 or so minutes of the game. Chip forward. Once again, Hume looking dangerous, but South dealing with the problems for the moment as Timmy Millar. Here's something for Lujic maybe. He's got runners coming in the middle and he's been brought down there, Milos Lujic. The linesman, yes, she's flagging for a foul there and in comes the referee and this is a real problem because Ramatas Sanjoglu already on a yellow and the former South skipper has been sent off. Well, very unlucky for Rama. 2 yellow card offences. The Hume bench are furious with that decision. Hume are sensationally down to 10 men. Epifano's free kick. Millar's header. Oh, Millar's header! It should have been dealt with by Oldfield. It looked a regulation save, but it's gone straight through his hands.
I can't tell, John. Maybe he got confused by the crossbar. He might have thought it was going over. Something has gone very wrong for Chris Oldfield.
Something's gone very wrong for Hume over the last minute or so, David. Firstly, Rama getting 2 yellows and being sent off, and from the resultant free kick, Matthew Millar's header, which, like you said, it looks like a regulation save for Oldfield, and it just happens to slip between him and the crossbar and goes into the back of the net. South will take it, will certainly take that indeed. We'll see there. I think he's looking to either tip that over or he thinks it's going over. Anyway, it's gone over his hands into the back of the net, and South lead 1-0 and have an extra man as well.
It's an athletic effort there by Matt Millar. And for Sheeny, there's a bit of an opportunity here for South to go bang-bang with a second punch. Epifano. It sat nicely for him, left footer. If he could have got that one on target, it might have just been about curtains for Hume. Played up the left, and they've got some space here. They can pull one back before the break. It's very much game on. Still going here, runners in the middle. Ball teed up, Danning. Well, was that a penalty? It looked like it might have been a handball there on Constantinides. Very, very close, John. Replay will tell a story.
Looks like he hits Constantinides on the arm there from Danning's shot, and the referee's right there as well. Well, it certainly does hit the arm. Obviously, the referee thinks it's ball to hand instead of hand to ball, and he disallows the penalty.
Hegarty. Almost a good ball through, and it might still be an opportunity. Flag stays down. That one's gone right across the face and missed by inches. Markellis again. Hume really have no excuse not to score in this game.
Well, Hume, even though they're down to 10 men, they're still playing really well. And Markellis is, I think, his 4th chance of a half, and he's played through. Really, he should have buried that in the far post. Roganovic is beaten, but it goes wide, and South look like they're going into the break 1-0 up.
Under pressure here a bit. Hume defence. South Melbourne, well, if anything, they'll be the ones who got a pep talk at half-time, and now maybe something. Lujic gives it back to Schroen. Schroen, tenacious across the face, past Oldfield, but past the upright as well. And South Melbourne trying to make a statement early.
Well, it's the former Hume player from last year as well, Marcus Schroen, who almost came back to haunt his old side. Rushed the shot there. Oldfield just standing there, roots to the spot, but it was going well wide anyway.
For Sheeny and Epifano, they need to stretch this defence. They are one short, Hume. Millar, goal scorer from the first half. Now Schroen across the face, beats everyone for the moment, but plenty of time and space for Brad Norton. Puts that one in. Oldfield hasn't dealt with it. Matthew Millar, a chance to get a second, but he heads it straight at Oldfield that time, John.
Well, he had all the time in the world here, Matthew Millar, to put it anywhere other than where he actually put it in the end. It's gone straight back to Oldfield. Maybe it's a bit of a square up for the chance that he gave him in the first half, David.
Fano trying to run through a few opponents, eventually giving it off. It comes to Fashini, who tries a defence splitting pass, not a bad option. Schroen, time to look up, puts a ball up towards Milos Lujic. A nice move, and Big Millsy got a header just over the bar that time. They should get away with it, Hume City, although poor passage of play. South Melbourne shirts swarm, and they very nearly coughed it up. In the end, Fashini gets it, and he'll get it back a second time. Uses Theodore. Options in front. Timmy Marlar's running. Decides to honour it. Marlar. His cross is a poor one. Reshepi. Oh dear, he hasn't dealt with a Reshepi. Schroen to Millar, and there's 2-0. South Melbourne pounce on a Hume City mistake. Well, it was a nice build-up initially, but Marlar's cross, in truth, wasn't a particularly good one, John. Reshepi, quality player, very talented, but he has to cop the flak for that mistake, I'm afraid.
You called it perfectly, David. Reshepi, a very reliable player at NPL level. He fails to deal with this properly from Marlar's cross. Marcus Schroen, a very reliable player, feeds through Matthew Millar. He doesn't need a second invitation. He just blasts that past Chris Oldfield and into the back of the net at the near post as well for his second of the night and for South's second of the night as well. You see there, Reshepi failing to clear it, goes to the edge of the box. Marcus Schroen feeds him through, and there is South's second goal. They've got an extra man, and they've got a 2-goal advantage, David. I think that might be enough to see this game out.
Bradley Norton makes his way to the bench. The South skipper having a rest. On comes Amadou Karoma. Theodore assesses. Here's Matt Millar again. That's great pace from Millar. Gets in behind the defence. Needs to keep his feet. Puts the cross in. Oldfield hasn't dealt with it again. And that very nearly fell to Milos Lujic. And they get out of jail that time, Hume City. Matt Theodore coming off. On comes Steve Hatzikostas, trying to shore things up for the last 20 minutes of the game. Hegarty delivers. Now Franjic, and it's 2-1. Hume pull one back. The 10-man Hume City pull a goal back, and we are very much game on for the last 13 minutes here, John. He had far too much time and space there, Franjic, although it was a very nice header.
Very good header, and let's face it, David, Hume do deserve a goal. They've battled hard all night and have been very unlucky, but I do question some of the marking there. It's a bullet-like header from Joe Franjic, fantastic delivery as well from Haggerty to him, and he powers that home, but he just ghosted in unmarked there. The South defenders are all looking around trying to see who was meant to mark him.
Delivering that free kick long, the chaos ball, Reganovic comes up in the air, KK with the header initially, the shot is charged down, deflected wide for a corner, and the South Melbourne defence really has to dig in here. They are under siege. Well, will be happy to take a few minutes off the clock if he can. Schroen puts that one high. Chance now for Milos Lujic. Well, it was a nice delivery to him. Didn't have the time he needed to put that one on target, though. Corner rolls in. The numbers are charging. Reganovic not dealt with. I think it's a free kick. Yes, it'll be a free kick for an infringement on Reganovic there. But South Melbourne, some hairy moments in the last few minutes. Nick Epifano coming off. He gets himself a rest. On comes Lee Manopoulos, the third and final sub for the night for South Melbourne. Well, they just need to get things going quickly here, Hume. But they won't get anything going that time. Fashini has completely chopped it off. Tries to chip Oldfield and puts that one a little too deep. Oldfield watches it rolling away. Reganovic, high, long. Now Lujic shouldn't panic. Takes his time. Schroen flicks over to Lujic now. This is an opportunity perhaps to close the gate here. Milos Lujic keeps going. Good strength. It was a nice build-up. The shot just trickles into the arms of Oldfield. That one doesn't quite go where he intended it. In the end, KK just hoofs it away, safety first, and it comes directly back. Is there time for one last roll of the dice? No, there's not, says the referee. It'll be Hume City 1, South Melbourne 2. A vital 3 points and a very important way to bounce back for South Melbourne. They were down and out after the Richmond game last week. If truth be told, John, we did have quite a bit of luck in this game, but in the end, you make your own luck, and a very important 3 points that we will certainly take.
Well, South obviously pounced on some errors from Hume City to get their goals, but yes, there was an element of luck. South do get the 3 points that they missed out on against Richmond, so it's very good that we return back to winning ways with a good performance.
This week's Melbourne City Toyota Player of the Match award goes to the man who scored 2 goals and was crucial in securing the 3 points. Well done, Nat Millar. I've got Christian Constantinides here with me. I'd say the long way back. We have seen a little bit of you since your long-term injury, but, mate, that was your first real chance to play a full senior game. And, yeah, you did pretty well tonight, I thought. You settled nicely.
Thank you, man. Yeah, it's the first competitive game. But, look, it was good to get the 3 points. I think last 10-15 I was blowing, but I'll just slowly work into it. And we scored at a very important time as soon as they got the red. So it was good to, just hold on and really grind out that win. And, yeah, we did cop a goal, but we held on. There was a period in the first half we had about 5 corners or 6 corners we defended, so we did well. It was good to get back to winning ways. Yeah, obviously you came in for a very important role, not just Michael Eager the defender, but Michael Eager the skipper as well. So Brad Norton wears the armband, you go into the back four. You guys settled pretty nicely and gelled quite well. Yeah, look, I mean, when I got to the club last year, I played first couple of games before I got injured next to Luke and with Timmy and Brad. And look, I mean, if it's Eager, if it's whoever's coming out, I mean, it's a big squad and there's a lot of football to be played. I'm sure everyone's going to play their part and everyone's happy to just, play their part throughout the year. And it was good tonight to get the 3 points again. What seemed really positive to me is that after you scored that first goal or going into the second half, you seemed to lift your confidence so much. You're looking so dangerous, and not just as a goal scorer, but also potentially as a provider as well. Yeah, I think I was definitely nervous coming to the game, new position. There's a lot more pressure on the midfield, so I think as soon as I got the goal I was a lot more confident and had a bit of self-belief, I guess, so which definitely helped in the second half. Obviously a massive game coming up next week. Bentley Greens, top of the table clash again. We really owe them one. The guys must be fired up for that. Yeah, it's a really big game, and we've got to start showing consistency to be prove that we're the best and be up there at the end of the year. So I think it's another big game, and every game's really big, but this game particularly. So we've got to really bring our endeavour and give it 100%. I've got Chris Taylor here with me, and he had 9 days to stew on the last result, which was not a positive one by any stretch of the imagination. Beating Hume City away is a very important 3 points, but it was a pretty tough game too. Tough game, but obviously a lot better feeling than it was last week. So, for me, it was about making amends for last week.
with the players, there were a lot of redemption there. You know, we stuck with a lot of them. We rested Eags today. We thought he was a little bit fatigued in that. KK had a great game, and I thought the changes worked really well. But I was really pleased with the effort of the players. Fortunately, we got the rub of the green with some of the results, getting the goal, which were probably a bit of a mistake on their behalf. But at the end of the day, that's 3 great points, and I'm really pleased for the group because they've worked really hard. And last week had a big effect on the players as well.
No doubt with Mr. Jawadi, supporters will want to know, can we expect to see him in a shirt again sometime soon?
Yeah, I mean, he was declared fit for today, but it was a little bit precautionary. We didn't use him. He gets another knock on his ankle, and maybe he's going to miss a lot more time. And we struggled without Icky, but credit to the boys today. The ones that went in there, Millar in the middle of midfield did very well. But we got good things. We got Eags to come back. We got Icky to come back. So there's good signs there.
Bentley is going to be a very tough opponent. Apart from the fact that it's first hosting second next week, how do you make sure you motivate the guys so they're up for it?
Look, I know the boys are up for it. After what happened last week, that'll take a long while for that to kind of wear off. So we only have to wave that at them every week. But we know Bentley are a very good side. We know that what they offer, and they've been our most difficult opponent over the last 2 years. So we respect them, and let's make sure we go out there and put up a good show for the supporters.